Ow! What's up, cable dogs? Oh, Omega Dog's already been got. Numbers. It's the Omega Dog today. What's up? Yeah, well, I gotta have something. That is the thing that I can do. Right, you all have the content. I have the jangly keys and the flashy lights. That's how it works. That is the agreement. That's the contract. Thank you. Yeah, continuing the streak of every week someone notices I've buzzed it all off. Sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Okay, it's too hot. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense about it not being that hot where I am, because it is. It's 30 degrees C today, whatever that means. It's very warm. And I'm used to it now. Yeah, a hot mic. I know you said that as like an ironically funny dad joke, but I like it. I think it's funny. Currently drinking an iced coffee out of Spider-Man's head. That's today's weird novelty sponsored cup. This stream sponsored by Spider-Man, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's out there in New York. He's a street level. He's a street level superhero, and that's why we love him, because he's relatable. He's one of the people. My OBS has gone crazy. It doesn't want me to be able to see anything. It seems to still be streaming though, so that's okay. I just can't click. Hey, as I said it fixed itself. Now I can see what I'm doing. Drinking water out of a mason jar. That's very cool. That's cool too. I like that. Mason jars. Mason jars had their moment a few years ago, and they're due for a comeback. New York City is essentially Spider-Man's sidekick, if you ask me. New York is a character in the Spider-Man universe. It's not just a setting. It's not a location. 32-ounce mason jar. What was in there originally? Is that an olive jar? Mayonnaise? It's weird to drink out of a mayonnaise jar, even though it's the same jar as other jars. My setup is weird today. I've only just noticed as I'm about to throw a dart that it's all slightly in the wrong place. My camera is no longer out of the way. The whole point of the setup was so that I wouldn't hit a camera by throwing a dart, but now I probably will. No. Oh, close. That was a close one. It was just empty. Oh, you just bought it as a mason jar? I don't know I thought the point of mason jars is it's supposed to be like reused, recycled. Or was it only empty when you got it? Was it brand new, made empty? Like those mason jars with handles, they're weird. Because the whole point of a mason jar is that you're upcycling. It's cool, it's hip. It's what. Oh, that was almost a Robin Hood. Can you see that? I almost did the Robin Hood, split it straight down the middle. That hit exactly the spot. It hit it so close that the tail feather flew off. So that's something. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for us. Let me show you the dartboard. Maybe you can't see the dartboard that well. Anyone on a phone definitely can't see a dartboard. That's what we're working with. That looks like a single dart. That's 2 darts. That is 2 darts in the same spot. Skill. Absolute skill. Yeah, let's rev up. That is what we call the snake eyes in the darts game. That's right. The Duende Verde. Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing about this Duende Verde with his Duende Verde bomba. He's throwing around his pumpkin bomba. I don't know what the Spanish for pumpkin is. Did know off the top of my head what the Spanish for Green Goblin was. Don't know what the Spanish for pumpkin bomb might be. Thank you. It's not playing, but I can see it's supposed to be playing. I wonder if they'll be riding today. Oh, Goosebumps Writing? Are we going to be riding some Goosebumps? Yeah, maybe. I have got it up to write. Pepitas? Yeah, Pepitas Bomba? I don't know. Where are our Spanish speakers? I see Synth has decided that Rev Girls was enough. It's checked out. Not in my chat. Not watching my show. Oh yeah, I didn't mention my opinion. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I am scared out of my wits at the thought of there being a... I forgot about the quote button. Yeah, I'm feeling overstimulated. I usually am when it comes to doing an episode of the show. I usually suddenly fall into a hyper mode. Right now, obviously, that is compounded by fear, the fear of the Duende Verde, the famous Duende Verde that has been terrorizing my beloved New York City, which is where I am. That is where this technically I am. I don't know if I'm in the jurisdiction. I don't know where the jurisdiction of New York ends vertically. I don't know how high up into space you go directly above Forest Hills before you stop being in New York. I don't know for sure. There are lots of things I don't know off the top of my head, but we can find out. Yeah, lots of good quotes input into that. The quotes have to be put in manually, and yeah, there is. The polite applause never played for me. I think it's waiting to actually make the noise. It's just telling me. That's right, yeah, Cable 2 is filmed in front of a live audience in a cube floating above Manhattan. I think we have at least 3 shows that are canonically in space, I think. Warp Zone. Or is Warp Zone in space, or is it another dimension? Could be either, could be both. Greg's original show, Log On with Greg, was on a spaceship. Great game, I think, is just set out through history. Another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension. Yeah, we didn't mean to have a theme. I don't think we ever set out to say we should do a bunch of shows about space and wizards, but we have. And that's just the way it goes sometimes, and that is one of the many lessons you'll learn. I know I look like I'm looking around a lot because I keep putting things down behind me for some reason. Are you adding a quote? The quotes have to be put in manually. Yeah, I don't know if that's how it works. I think it's something like that. Or maybe it's add quote. Okay. Yeah. G. Numbers is always saying. Have you guys noticed? Have you ever noticed? You guys ever noticed this? Huh? Any of you guys ever notice how Numbers is always saying G? Numbers is always saying G. Have you guys noticed this? Have you guys noticed this? You'll be walking along. You've just come from the 7-Eleven where they wouldn't give you a goddamn coffee-flavored coffee, and you run into Numbers. And what does Numbers say? What does Numbers say, huh? Everyone, you know this. G. That's right. Numbers always says G. I'm Mikeo. This is my time. You've been a great audience. Let's give it up. Give a massive welcome to our next comic, our final comic of the evening, our headliner. It'd be great if I could just force people to be in the show. It'd be great if I could pick someone then, and the joke would extend to me being able to add their microphone. Is there a thing that allows us to do it? Mikeo! Give it up for Mikeo, everybody! Give it up for Mikeo! We could do... yeah, so my original plan for Late Mike when I did that, before I... The Lindsay Lohan thing was a late addition, the day of, when I thought, there's no way this can go right. My original plan was to go on like a voice chat room or a video chat room and have a guest come in, have a series of guests. But then I thought, the likelihood of accidentally adding on someone extremely rude or bigoted or doing something that is going to destroy our channel and our reputation and our sanity, it just seemed too high. It was too risky. So I decided to just have my old friend Lindsay Lohan instead. She owed me a favour because of all the murders that I helped cover up for her, and so she was able to come on as a last minute replacement. I should do something really controversial. I keep flirting with being controversial. I keep saying hot takes and doing various things that I do worry about. Because like I said last week, I think, when we were talking about the IRA and I was announcing my support of Irish republicanism, that it's not just me that's a risk. I can say all the controversial things I want as long as, you know, I have the courage in my convictions, things I believe in. But obviously you guys are at risk as well. If I get Cable 2 destroyed, that's you know, this is the primary source of income for most of us. You know, this is our livelihood. Cable 2. This is how we pay our bills. And I don't want to risk that for you all. Make a VTuber model eat Subway. We could do that. That's fine. Subway's fresh. I can't think of anything controversial that's happened concerning. concerning Subway. Accidentally lets ISIS on Omar. this guy, this motherfucker. Omar. What's Omar? I know, I see actually you did correct yourself immediately afterwards. I apologise. I know what you meant. You should add that as a quote though. We'll want to remember that. We'll want to remember the funny moment when Drazza said Omar. Omar these nuts. Omar Simpson these nuts. Yeah, I'm an homosexual. I see Omar and I fuck it. I said, yeah, I've been on this new diet. I went on this new diet. Yeah, it's called the homosexual diet. Yeah, I see Omar and I fuck it. That's the diet that I'm on. You guys heard about this diet? Yeah, real good diet. It's called the Omar diet. It's called the Omar diet. Yeah, see Omar. I see Omar and I fuck it. I've been Mikeo. That's all the time. They're giving me the signal. They're giving me one of these over there. Would I go over time? I'm going over time, guys, and they're giving me the signal, so I got to go. But we've got a great one coming up next. You guys might have seen this guy on a show on Cable 2 called Multiverse. Yeah, hot up and comer, rising talent in the industry. His name's Mikeo. Let's give it up for Mikeo. Very quietly putting the microphone back on the stand. Let's give it up for The Undertaker. That's The Undertaker's music. My God. Told you, it's all getting a bit manic here. What are we doing today? Is this what the show is today? Is just me pretending to be Dennis Leary and screaming in my empty apartment? I mean, the show in general, I think, is slowly me transforming into something. I'm losing a grip on something. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. I never know if I'm getting better or worse as time goes on. I don't know if anybody else ever has that. Do you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder if all the therapy you're having is actually just making you more aware of things? Is actually just making you feel weirder? It's just like you suddenly realise, oh, I don't just have the things that I thought were wrong when I came in. I've actually got 12 more things that I've discovered today. I'm actually so aware of how crazy I am. I just thought I was a little bit crazy. Turns out I'm very crazy. Yeah, I am surprised, given Cable 2's propensity for chaos, how we all started off just making up bizarre stories and yes-anding each other into weird role plays about earthquakes and time travel and shifting alternate universes and Marlins constantly being hung up on wall and falling over and impaling people. Surprised that our streams seem to, we have become more professional, I think, as we've gone on. And that is probably not the way I would have predicted it. The I don't think Mikeo is weird t-shirt. The Mikeo makes me feel normal t-shirt. Yeah, we are great. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. I think the way that our streams have gone are great. I love all of our streams. I love all of our shows. I'm just a little bit surprised that we don't do more of these things. Like the clips that we always share in the chat are things like I know that we all love watching like Wayne Radio clips. The Simpsons virtual reality thing was crazy, and that's the sort of stream that I would have expected us to eventually do. But we're so professional. Yeah, exactly. Professional is crazy. That's what I think. I did read someone saying the other day, I saw a tweet where someone was saying that actually all the things that we consider more neurotypical are really the things that should be considered crazy, which I know sounds like a Joker quote. They obviously said it in a better way than I've just said it. That did kind of make sense. Be like, how if you do just go along with things and you are just kind of cool with the way that things are, that is weird. That is weird when you stop to think about it, because a lot of the things we do, a lot of the traditions we have and the things we do because you're supposed to do it, they do suck. Like they are, we should be doing something different a lot of the time. I think that's what a lot of craziness is just refusing to be okay. Like, you feel unhappy because you actually recognize that things are bizarre. Crazy without skills isn't great, and yeah. Now we have skills, so now we can be crazy. Exactly. That is why I love Cable 2, because it allows me to turn the... and I know I'm talking as if I'm like a 14-year-old live journaler about all this talk about being crazy. I promise you, I can show you... Literally, I can show you receipts. I can show you the invoices from my therapist. I can show you the receipts from all the medication that I'm on. I think that's another reason why I think I've gotten weirder over the course of Cable 2, is because I have switched meds like 3 times over the course that I've been on here, and every time that changes my brain. So and again, I don't know for the better. You never know. I never know with medication whether I'm better or worse until I come off it. I don't know what the effect is. It's like a haircut. Unless you do something drastic like I did, you never really notice your hair changing, do you? I feel the same with mental health. I'm in a big margarita. It is true. I am in space in a big margarita. I suppose we've done some weird things. We're forging a katana. It was a big unrefined sword, but now it's a katana. Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean by that, Fen. I know what you mean by that. I know what that means. I know what you mean by that. Someone take a big sip so that all the wisdom that I've just dropped can sink into everybody. How's everybody doing today? How are we all doing today? How's everybody? Anybody here from Cable 2? Anybody here from Cable 2? Yeah, Cable 2 is a great place. Cable 2 is a great place. Yeah, I spent some time in Cable 2. Clipping. My Scarlet is screaming red at me right now. Anybody here from Cable 2? Yeah. Oh, we got some Cable 2ers in there. I don't know why you're cheering. Why would you be proud of that? I wish I'd said, hey, anybody here from Cable 2? Yeah, I'm sorry? No, I heard you. I'm just sorry. I wouldn't really drop my mic. It's not that expensive. But, I don't want to have to buy another one. If I don't need to. I see, well, Sheeda is permanently politely applauding me. Sheeda is permanently politely applauding this stream. So the other day whatever happened to coffee-flavoured coffee? Whatever happened to whatever happened to Oma-flavoured coffee? Yeah, I went into 7-Eleven, I said, yeah, I want some coffee. He says, what flavour? I said, flavour? What do you mean, what flavour? He said, what flavour coffee? I said, you don't need a flavour. I just need a cup. I just need a cup. That's what I need. That's what coffee comes in. Coffee doesn't come in flavours. Coffee just comes in cups. Coffee just comes in cups. And he said, oh, yeah, we've got a special on today. He said, we've got Oma-flavoured coffee. I said, what the fuck is Oma-flavoured coffee? And he says, Oma these nuts. He said, Oma these nuts. He said, yeah, you haven't heard of this? You haven't heard of this? You haven't heard of Oma coffee? Oma coffee is the hot new thing. It's this hot new diet that's taken over LA. You guys been to LA? You guys been to LA? Something that I've noticed about LA, right? Something that I have noticed about LA. Everybody there, they're so fake, right? And so they're always they're talking about their authenticity, their yoga, and their mocha, frapper, crapper, I don't give a fucker-chinos. And yeah, LA, you ever notice LA's a bit like this. LA's you see this guy in LA, he's a bit, he's a bit these guys in LA, kooks, they're crazy. These guys in LA, right? I was dating this girl from LA, right? And we went out for coffee. I took her out for a coffee, right? I took this girl out for a coffee. Okay, and we get to the counter, right? I'm looking around for these nice little coffee shops, and she takes me. You know where she takes me? She takes me to Starbucks. Right? The first Starbucks we went to, right? The first place she took me was this Starbucks, and it was full, right? We couldn't get into the queue. We saw the queue was going to be too long, but she was so desperate. She wanted to go to Starbucks, and I was like, oh, we're going to go all the way to another Starbucks, and she's like, what? all the way next door. There was another Starbucks next door to this first Starbucks, right? There was 2 Starbucks next to each other. So we go into the second Starbucks, right? We get to the counter. I say, yeah, can I just get a coffee? And the guy says, right, wait for this. Listen to this. Listen to what the guy says. The guy says, sure, what flavor do you want? I said, what flavor of what? He said, what flavor coffee? I said, flavored coffee? I want a coffee flavored coffee. I said, whatever happened to a coffee flavored coffee, right? So I said, I just want a coffee. Just give me a coffee. So he gives me the coffee, right? And I'm with this girl. And this girl from LA, she's like, you know, she's talking about yoga. She's talking about climbing up mountain, going on hikes. She's talking about berry smoothies, granola, mocha, frappa, I don't give a crappuccinos, right? We go and sit down. I take a sip of my coffee. I go, there's something wrong with this coffee, right? There's something wrong with this coffee because it tastes like maple syrup. And I go back up to the guy and I say, someone spilled some maple syrup in here. You've got something wrong with your batch of coffee beans. Someone spilled their maple syrup. And he goes, no, that's this week's special flavored coffee. I said, what's next? Yeah, just throw the whole breakfast in there. Why don't you put some scrambled eggs in my coffee? Why don't you put some toast in my coffee? Why don't you put some yogurt? Yeah, and it wouldn't just be yogurt, right? It'd be low-fat yogurt. It'd be soy yogurt. It would be almond yogurt, right? That's seriously what they eat in this place, in LA, in Los Angeles, right? If you noticed how woke, how fake they are, right? Yeah, it's the crowd. You're a very reverent crowd. Thank you for listening. This is what comedy is. This is what comedy is. All the big hits, me, Dennis Leary, Bill Hicks. This is what real comedy is. Okay? It's noticing something you don't like, and you gotta yell about it. They didn't even have an Irish breakfast. I said, yeah, I'll have my coffee Irish, right? Yeah, with a shot of whiskey in it. I want to put a shot of... You want to put something in the coffee? You can put a shot of whiskey. A shot of whiskey is acceptable. But maple syrup, why don't you just put the whole breakfast in there? Why don't you just put some scrambled eggs in my coffee? Right? Netflix, don't get me started on Netflix, right? This girl, right, she's from LA, okay? This girl that I was dating was from LA, and you know LA girls, right? Right? I mean, she's obsessed with her yoga and her granola bowler, mocha, frappa, crappuccinos, right? And she invites me over to Netflix and chill. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Netflix and chill? You know, in my day, we used to go out for a date. We used to court a girl. We used to ask her dad for permission, and we used to take her to Lookout Point. We used to take her down to the creek. We used to take her to the picture show and nickel to get both of us in to see the latest part of this serial that I've been really... You guys seen these movie serials? Right, so I was with this girl. She invites me over for Netflix. So I'm looking it up, right? I go down to the local library and I asked the clerk at the local library, hey, how can I look up information on what Netflix is? He says, have you tried looking it on Google? Hello? Google? The fuck is... I thought this was America. I thought we spoke English here. Google? What's a Google, right? So I say, no, I'm here at the library, right? In my day, we used to go to the library to look things up. I'm there in the library. Finally, I get some jackass, right? Some 14-year-old. He's got his pants down around his ankle. That's the fashion, apparently. You can see every part of his legs, right? His pants are right down by his ankles. And I say, pull up your damn pants. Pull up your damn pants and show me what a Google is. Show me what the Google... Put up your damn pants, show me what the Google is. He tells me what... He pulls... You're not going to believe how he looks this up, right? He pulls out his goddamn phone. I said, what, you gonna call somebody? I'm asking you. We're having a face-to-face conversation. He says, no, look, old man. I said, old man. I'm looking around me for the old man. I don't know where the old man is. So this guy, he pulls out his phone and he shows me what Netflix is. Netflix, apparently, it's this TV. It's this TV, right? Netflix is a TV. I said, just say TV. So I go around to this girl's house, right? And this girl's from LA, so you know what she's like, right? I mean, she's into her yoga, she's into her hiking, she's into her granola bowls, her mocha, frapper, I don't give a crappuccinos, and I'm round hers, and we're watching Netflix. Suddenly, she tries to kiss me. This girl I said, I thought we were watching TV. Hello? I thought we were here to watch TV. Yeah, whatever happened to TV? TV flavored TV. I said, what are we watching? She says Netflix. I say, what's happened to TV? When did we stop watching? When did we as a society stop watching TV? We're so busy nowadays. Looking at our phones. We're hanging around, we're looking at our phones, we're not communicating anymore, we're not talking face to face, we're just looking at these little screens. I said we used to look at slightly bigger screens than this, didn't we? Am I crazy? Am I going nuts? I've only got one usable dart now, because the tail flew off the other one. And I only had 2 to begin with because I already lost the feather off the first one. It's a 9 again. It's landed in the same spot again. You guys remember when Mikeo used to take deep breaths? You remember when Mikeo had a plan for what he did on shows instead of just pretending to be a Dennis Leary style comic? You guys remember that? You guys seen this? You guys remember this? I threw the dart. I did what you want. I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey up here dancing for your amusement. Okay? Right, that's my time. They give me the signal. They give me one of these. I said, one of these? What's one of these? When did we start doing this? When did we as a society start doing this to people who went over their time on stage, huh? Right, we've got a great comic coming up next. We've got a great guy coming up next. Yeah, you might have seen him. Apparently he's on well, I thought he was on TV, but apparently it's on the internet. Apparently you can do TV on the internet now, right? I'm not going to get into it, right? Because you know I don't like to rant, okay? I don't like to. But this guy's doing TV on the internet. He's doing shows. Every week. Please give a warm welcome to a young man. A very, very, very young man. Probably about 18, 19, if that. Please give a warm welcome to this young man. His name is mikeo. Thank you. TV on the radio. Ba 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 ba. So what are we doing today? Who's still here? I wish I had my musical guest. I don't think I've got Imp Biscuit set up ready to play. Who have I scared off? Everybody? Everybody. I threw the dart. I did what you want. I'm not doing this all for me. This is all for you. So, I've spent so much time doing this. How's this happen? I've got like 20 minutes left. LA. Was that me? No, that was the other Mikeo. But speaking of LA though, I used to date this girl from LA, right? You guys met these LA girls? You guys know these LA girls, right? Daisy Dukes, bikini on top, okay? Croc on one foot, Ugg on the other. That's what they dress like in LA. That's what they do. Have I actually come up with a gimmick so obnoxious that I'm actually putting off the stalwarts of the chat? No, Draza, you're not allowed to go. I'm too hyped. I'm too something. I'm too up. I need calming. I need stability. I need to know that my friends are here, that my friends are around, that my friends aren't leaving me, so I don't have to go into another set at the Chuckle Hut. It was an unusually stormy night in the sleepy town of Spookbrook, Illinois. Jackson was a tough kid. He was so tough, he didn't even wince while getting his meningitis jab. In fact, it tickled. He hadn't been able to sleep, however. since learning that the president had a gun. It wasn't that he was scared. Jackson Hardwire didn't know the meaning of the word. Just ask his English teacher. It was that this would make it harder for him to achieve the dream he had had since last summer, while attending President's Camp. The dream was simple: to fight every living president. Beckham scored a very powerful goal on the TV. He turned to the cameras and winked. The president, Lou Dog, winked back, as if this was a moment between just the two of them. His advisor, Cherry Red, furrowed her brow in confusion. Did the president know something she didn't? Nah, she thought. The president knows what I tell him to know. So that's what we've written so far in Goosebumps. Yeah, the kids here. The fuck? Okay. Alright. Do appear to have I found myself in a dream. It's okay. I'm just gonna push through this. It's fine. I've dealt with worse. Look, I told you my mental health is questionable. That's never been a secret on this show. I'm sure this is just a bit of an episode. If I just ignore it, it can't hurt me. It's nothing weird. I'm just gonna pretend it. I'm just gonna pretend it's not happening. Yeah, it's fine. I always knew I was in a different universe. I knew I was in one dimension of many, and so it's not as alarming, the discovery that possibly I'm being dreamt by two giants of the network. Certainly, it's fine. I'm just gonna carry on. Where were we? Goosebumps. Yeah, we're doing some writing of Goosebumps. So Jackson, yeah, we need to. I think we should write at least one sentence today, because we always set out to write a Goosebumps story, and we very rarely get any further than we have so far. I think it's going well. I think, yeah, today is a good show. Today's a fine show. It's fine. I've got drinking out of the head of a hero in order to absorb Spider-Man's powers and become a Spider-Man myself. So now I think we're going to go back to the kids. I think one paragraph per scene is acceptable for a Goosebumps. So Jackson, right, the next day. Okay, we're at the next day now, guys. We're at the next day. It's fine. We're at the next day. We're fine. The next day, Jackson jumped out of his bed. It was a Saturday. Jackson's favorite day. No, I know I said no backsies in the Ziggy script. That's not the case here. It's going to autocorrect to English. I'm sorry. I know this is a great American novel, but we'll do that. Will be something for the copy editors. That's their problem. That's their job. It's like causing a huge mess in public spaces. It's actually good, because there are people who are paid to clean it up, and you don't want to take those jobs away from them, do you? Jackson's favorite day of the week. It was on this day that he got to do his favorite. Lots of favorites in here, but it's fine. It's an R.L. Stein. Do his favorite activities. Lots of dashes as well. This is an unusually structured sentence, but it's fine. You're allowed to break the rules if you're a true artist. Skateboarding with his best friends, Mayday and Bridger. Those sound like good names. Those are good names for kids. You wouldn't want to be an adult called Mayday or Bridger, but as a kid, that's fine. It's cool. It's fun. It's wacky. Skateboarding with his best friends, Mayday and Bridger. He put on his pads. Black. Inconsistent use of quotation marks as well. I started off with singles. I'm moving to doubles. But it's fine. I'm kind of a Joycean artist. You know, I'm kind of Joycean. This is my Finnegan's Wake. Black, he thought. Pads. Blow. But it's the responsible thing to do. And headed to the Spookbrook Skatorium. So that's good. That's good scenes. Now I know usually these are master classes. I should be talking you through why I've made these choices. So let's dissect this passage, shall we? So I'm starting off with the next day. Now this is important. Time and place are really important to establish. They help you establish tone. They help you establish time, and they help you establish place. If you don't say what time it is, how is your audience supposed to know? And that's something a lot of first-time authors don't consider when writing a Goosebumps book. But it is really important to just keep that in mind, to make sure that even if you don't say it, that it is there somewhere, that you have to know what it is. You have to have the answers even if you don't give them to your audience. So we're not just saying it's the next day, but it's a Saturday, which means the night before was a Friday. Will that be important? Possibly. What if today is Saturday the 14th? Can anybody tell me what that would make yesterday? What that would have made last night? That's right. I'm going to give you a minute, those of you who didn't get it. It's on this day that he got to do his favourite activities. Okay, now this is more character establishing. Now we've said at the start that Jackson is a tough kid, right? He's very tough. He doesn't even wince while getting his meningitis jab. But that's not all we know about Jackson now, is it? Because now we know he loves to do rad things. He loves to do tubular things, such as skateboarding. Now, even though he's tough, even though he wouldn't get hurt, and it's possible at this point, we haven't seen him get hurt, he might not be able to get hurt. He might not be able to sustain injuries at all. But he's still responsible. He's still a good kid, and we need this. We need to be able to empathize with him. We need to be able to relate to him. We don't want our audience to hate him. We don't want our audience to start booing at the pages of the book because they think that he's not taking his safety seriously. Okay, just got to ignore that as well. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I think this is okay. Do appear to have discovered we're in a dream within a dream. Likely that this is as tough as it gets, but it's I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Like I said, sometimes what we think of as weird, what we think of as normal, how we distinguish between mentally ill and mentally healthy is as we talked about earlier, really more about acceptance of your circumstances. And I'm choosing to be normal. If this is the dimension that I live in, I choose to be normal because I feel like those people are blissful and content, and that's how I choose to be. That's how I wish to be. Yeah, I mean we are. I think that's fine. How apt my Mac is telling me it's going to go to sleep soon. And I'm here saying, what if you're already asleep and you don't know it, Mac? What if you've already been asleep? Oh, thank you for following. Chem Enhanced Dream Warrior. What? Very apt. What are the chances that the Chem Enhanced Dream Warrior would follow us at a time when I discover I'm in a dream within a dream? I don't feel like I need to wage any sort of war. I'm not battling. Welcome to the family, though, and we are a family. Please help yourself to some coffee. I warn you, though, it's not the coffee flavored coffee you might be expecting. Where you from? Where you from, Kevin Hart Stream Warrior? You're not from LA, are you? You're not from LA, are you? I got some things to say about those LA girls, about those California girls. They're unforgettable. That's all I'm saying now. That's all I'm saying. It's fine. They wear the Daisy Dukes and the bikinis on the top, and that's fine. I'm not passing judgment. You're not from LA? Good. Because I've got some things to say, Kevin Hart's Dream Warrior. I've got a few tight fives. I've got a few 30 minutes. I've got a few HBO specials about that one. Thanks for following. Anyway, thanks for. I'm not launching into it. I'm just saying that I could launch into it. I'm not launching into it. Sheeta's home sector. Oh, the Pacific Northwest. The Pacific Northwest. welcome. Welcome to our friends from the Pacific Northwest. I see one of Sheeda's friends is here, and yet Sheeda herself could not be bothered to stick around. Sheeda's fallen asleep twice on my stream, apparently. Sheeda has fallen asleep and then fallen asleep within that sleep. Although I guess I should be thankful, because it does appear that I wouldn't exist were that not the case, which is a fairly terrifying thought. Don't get me started on the Pacific North. Don't get me started on this Pacific Northwest. Don't get me started. Don't. Null will yell at me. Despite Stream Elements joining us forever earlier, Null has decided that this will be a sitcom marriage where I'm always getting up to mischief and being yelled at by my other half. Please stop getting me started on these are the lists of things that I'm no longer allowed to say. LA, coffee. What else? I think that's it. I think my entire comedy career has been based off of those two things. I don't think I've done anything else. I think I do sometimes riff on the news. I have riffed on the news in the past, I think, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't have to do it anymore. That's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine for ice crime. I think that's it for today. I think I'm worried about what's going to happen to the Rev girls down there if I like that. No, I'm going to start telling people. What I like about that is that there's no suggestion that if I were to tell you I was genuinely offended by something you do, that you would make any attempt to change your behaviours. You're just telling me to either like it or block you. Just if you don't like it, stop listening. That's what I said. That's very Dennis Leary of you. That's very. If you don't like my smoking, stop breathing around me. That's after my own heart, after my own stand-up comedic sensibilities. So I think that's it for today. I think you can't see me anymore. I'm hovering, hanging up behind my own bug. I will. Maybe I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to use it like those vouchers that people give on birthdays. You wouldn't smite a wizard. You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't smite a wizard. Wouldn't I? Wouldn't I do either if I could, if I had the chance? I reckon, yeah. If you're hanging around wizards, you're probably in situations more often that would allow you to smite. Just generally, I would say. Null died this week. Null was hit with lightning this week. You wouldn't smite, but you would download a car if you could. I mean, you can 3D print most of a car nowadays, I'm pretty sure. I think there are people who technically do download cars now. If you could download a car, you would. Whoa, congratulations on all your cable points. I keep meaning to save up mine for the 10-hour Ziggy stream that we're going to force Drazza to do if anyone gets... I don't know what it is, 100,000, I think? I've currently got 40,000, but I keep using them up on sound alerts and hot dogs. I would smite a wizard if I could. There's lots of things that I would do if I could. Most crimes, I feel like I haven't done just because I'm either unable or I haven't had the opportunity to do. I think there's a lot of... I wouldn't say most crimes, actually, because there's a lot of pretty bad ones. Most of the minor crimes, most of the fun crimes, the essentially victimless ones, and I do consider bank robbery to be harmless. I just don't think that I have the resources to pull it off. Otherwise, I would. And that's another thing you're not allowed to say on Twitch. And this was a demonstration. This was a play that I'm writing. It was a work of fiction before Null yells at me for once again disregarding TOS and getting us kicked off the network. Kicked it off. Yeah, it's a parody. Exactly. I'm doing parody. I'm doing an homage. I'm doing satire. I have a clear and concise target, and I'm just holding up a mirror to bank robbers. I think it's a victimless TOS violation, but I don't know if Twitch agrees. Twitch is funny about that. So I'm gonna go commit some minor crimes, the sort that aren't specifically covered by the TOS, and therefore I'm allowed to say I'm about to do. I'm gonna do all of that. But stick around. I don't know what's coming up later, but I'm sure we do have shows coming up later. I don't know if I don't think we've got an RB on a Sunday at all anymore, but we might have a null. Don't get me started on Twitch. You guys heard of this? You guys heard of this thing? Twitch.tv. You guys heard of this? Yeah, based out of LA, apparently. Based out of LA, so they're all a bit, cuckoo, cuckoo. So that's it for me. Stick around though, because we've got some great. This next coming up is an up and comer, a rising star, whose name I will say straight after these credits. But that's it for me. I'm Mikeo. Please remember to be kind to every version of yourself, and I love you all, and I will see you next week. And the name of the comedian is... Ow. Ow. Ow.